Now, wait till you see, when I saw this next piece of data, it just tore my heart out. So 20 years of data from the National Institute of Health shows us that for those kids who don't get intensive reading instruction until the 3rd grade, only 1 in 17 will ever become an average reader. That's incredible. Now the other thing is that by the 4th grade, it takes 4 times as much time to get these kids to becoming an average reader as it would have if we had picked them up in kindergarten. Now think about this. Only 1 in 17, this gets compounded in its seriousness. Only 1 in 17 kids becomes an average reader, so they benefit from that 4 times as much. But we're also providing 4 times as much instruction for those other 16 kids who never become average readers. So that's a lot of use of resources that aren't getting the bang for the buck. Take home story, if we can start earlier, that's not where I want to, okay, we'll do that. If we could start earlier down on that curve, we're going to get a bigger bang for our buck. More of our kids are going to be reading at average level. Here's a fascinating piece of information. So, in an RTI model, early intervention is key. That's why we do kindergarten screening, 1st grade screening. We want to pick these kids up as soon as possible when the skill deficits are easily remediated and get them on a positive trajectory. So one of the things I like about this is we're finally paying attention to the research. Now, what they did was they followed these kids for 4 years. And up top are kids who are determined to be average readers. And to no surprise, they remained average readers over 4 years. And that's okay. Not everyone has to be above average. But these were kids who were receiving intensive services to become better readers. And because these are based on standard scores, they were making a year's growth in a year's time. So we were making progress with these kids. But look what happens. Do they ever become average readers? No, because everyone else is making a year's growth. So they tried to figure out, well, why do you suppose this is happening? And what they hypothesized was it was the model. So what was going on across most districts, suppose I was a youngster with a reading deficit, well, it seemed like the most convenient, opportune, and logical time for me to get my specialized instruction in reading was when Mrs. Jones was providing reading to the 2nd grade, her other 2nd grade students. So I would come in, I would scoop you, we'd go to a place, you would get one-on-one, maybe small group instruction in a reading, specialized reading program, and you would return after reading instruction was done in your class, and we were moving on to the next thing. So you were getting your reading now from me. And I said, well, wonder what would happen if Elwood stayed in his classroom and got reading instruction from his teacher, and we scooped him and did a specialized instruction at some other date. What do you think happened? It starts to head up, and they start to become average readers. So in an RTI model, support that tier 2, there's going to be a quiz. Tier 2 is that supplemental support. I'm the classroom teacher. The kid isn't making the gains. I need some supplemental support. That never happens during literacy instruction if literacy is the area of concern. It always happens at some other time.